Today we will be learning carbon and its compound. This is a class 10 crash course, so we will be discussing only the main important points. Okay, so let's continue. The first topic that we will discuss is properties of carbon. See here, this is the properties of carbon. Okay, I will discuss each point at a time. Okay, carbon makes 4 electrons to form a covalent bond. Let's see what this means. Carbon has atomic number of 6. So in K cell it will have 2 electron, in L cell it will have 4 electron. So in the outermost cell it will have 4 electron. So I can write carbon like this. Only the outermost electrons participate in bond formation. Now to get a stable configuration, carbon have to attain 4 electron or lose 4 electron. Okay, now in normal conditions, attaining or losing 4 electron is extremely difficult. So carbon is highly unreactive under conditions which are normal. That's why it attains stable configuration by sharing electron. For example, if we take hydrogen with carbon, hydrogen has 1 electron in its outermost shell. So that electron will participate in bond formation. Now hydrogen will share 1 electron from carbon like this, and carbon will take share 4 electrons from 4 hydrogen and attain 8 electron and become stable, and hydrogen also attain 2 electron and become stable. That's why it makes 4 electron to form a covalent bond. The next point is it has a number of allotropes and other forms of existence. These include diamond and graphite with distinctive properties. There is another one which is Buckminster fullerene. We will discuss this in the next slide. Okay, the chemical element is represented with symbol C. As I have shown before, C is denoted for carbon. It contains 6 protons in the nucleus and thus have atomic number 6. I told that carbon has atomic number of 6. That's why it has 6 protons in the nucleus. Okay. Now carbon is both non-metallic and tetravalent. Carbon has a valency of 4. That's why it is tetravalent, and carbon is a non-metal. It is available in various shapes. Now carbon has number of shapes. Okay, we will discuss you will learn about this in the higher classes. The last point, which is a very important point for the properties, the chemical element has the ability to bond with multiple elements. Now multiple elements it can bond with. Okay, this property is called catenation property. This property is the reason why carbon makes so many compounds in comparison to other elements. Okay, now let's move on to the next slide. Okay, the next slide we have allotropes of carbon. The first allotrope we will discuss is diamond. So first in diamond we will discuss its structure. You can see this is the structure of diamond. Now here this is a carbon which is bonded with 4 carbon. Okay, here all the bonds is a covalent bond, that is sharing of electron. Okay, now in a diamond this is a unit cell. Now a diamond is made of number of unit cells. You can see this one is a unit cell. Now this unit cell is called a tetrahedral unit cell. You should remember the name tetrahedral, nothing else is required. Also it will not come in your board, it is for extra knowledge. You can remember it for board also or not, it's upon you. This shape is called a tetrahedral shape. Okay, now next we will discuss properties of diamond. Okay, the first property is diamond is a colorless and transparent substance. You all have seen a diamond, it is colorless and transparent, you know. it shines very bright. Okay. The next property is diamond is extremely hard and is hardest known substance in nature. Why is this? This is because of extensive bonding in the structure of diamond. This is because of extensive bonding in the structure of diamond. If I show you the structure of diamond that was in the previous slide, you can see there is a extensive covalent chain. You can see a cage like structure. It is extensive bonding takes place in diamond that gives it a hard structure. So many bonds. There is continuous of bonds here also, it can continue. Okay, that's why it has a number of bonds, covalent bonds, due to which it shows extensive bonding, and because of that it is extremely hard in nature and the hardest known substance in nature. Now the next one is diamond is a bad conductor of electricity. Now you should know bond formation first. Okay, now in covalent bond I have shown you sharing of electron takes place like this. I showed you in the previous one. Sharing of electron takes place. That's why covalent bond have no free electron, so it does not give the ability of charge movement in itself. While in ionic bond, for example, if you take NaCl, sodium have a atomic number of 11 and chlorine have atomic number of 17. So in this Kl and M cell. Okay, in K cell we will have 2 electron, in L we have 8 electron, and in M we have 1 electron, as well as chlorine into 8 and 7 electron. So if we see, if sodium loses 1 electron, it will have an octet and it will be stable, and if chlorine accepts 1 electron, it will have an octet and it will be stable. So sodium gives the electron to chlorine and thus chlorine gets a stable configuration. But chlorine has how many? 17 protons in nucleus, and if 1 electron is added to the electrons total, we have 18 electrons. So chlorine will attain a negative charge in itself and it will become Cl minus. Also same, Na plus will become Na plus. Now positive charge and the negative charge ion will have attraction, electrostatic attraction, which is an extremely powerful attractive force. Now a ionic compound in aqueous medium gives out charges. That's why ionic compound conducts electricity in aqueous medium. Okay, now diamond only have covalent bonds. That's why it is a bad conductor of electricity. Now let's move on to the next property. That's end with the property. We will see the uses of diamond. Okay, the first use is diamond are used as cutting instruments like glass cutters, cutting marble, etc. Now you must have seen in your houses that diamond is used for cutting glasses. Now the next use is diamond are used in jewelry. You should know this, it's a common use. The next one will be diamond are used by eye surgeon to remove cataract with great precision. Now this is a very important use of diamond. You should know this. Okay, let's move on. Now the next we have graphite. Interesting and important allotrope of carbon. We will see the structure first. Now this is the structure of graphite. Okay, you see here we have a sheet of carbon and here we have a sheet of carbon, and between the sheets of carbon there are forces of attractions. Now these are covalent bonds, and these forces of attractions are weaker than these covalent bonds. That's why graphite is softer than diamond. Okay, now if we see the properties of diamond, the first property we have, graphite is a grayish black opaque substance. Okay, this is a color. Now graphite is soft and slippery to touch. I told you before that it is soft. Why it is soft? Because these forces of attractions are weaker than covalent forces. That's why it is. If we exert pressure on this sheet, it will obviously move downward. Okay, because these forces are really weak. Now that's because of this property, diamond is used as a lubricant. Okay, I will show you the uses. Now the next property is graphite conducts electricity. How does graphite conducts electricity? It is made of a non-metal, right? Now this is a very important one, you should know this. Okay, now see, carbon here has how many bonds? 3 bonds, but it should have a 4 bond, right? Similarly, this carbon also has 3 bonds, this also has 3 bonds, this also has 3 bonds. All the carbon in this sheet have 3 bonds. Okay, except this carbon and this carbon. Similarly, this also and this also. Remaining all other are 3 bonds, right? So a free electron oscillates from this sheet to this sheet and again back to this sheet. Okay, at giving all the carbon which does not have a valency fulfilled a chance to fulfill their valency. Okay, simultaneously it will go here, 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 and have the valency fulfilled for all these carbons. Okay, that's why because of this free electron, graphite conducts electricity. Okay, now let's see the uses of graphite. Powdered graphite is used as lubricant for the fast moving parts of machinery. I showed you graphite is soft and slippery to touch. This is why it is used as a lubricant. Okay, now graphite is used as a carbon electrode in dry cell. I will show you a picture of dry cell. See here. Since graphite conducts electricity, it is used as a electrode. You see this black cylinder here. This black cylinder here is a carbon electrode. It is fully made of graphite, nothing else. Okay, this is a dry cell. You use this cell in your homes always. Okay, now graphite is used for making cores of our pencil. The pencil you use in your daily life, the core of this pencil is made of graphite. Okay, now next we have Buckminster Fullerene, the third allotrope, of only which you have to remember this only, nothing else is required. Okay, allotrope of carbon containing 60 carbons. Okay, it is a very big allotrope. It is blackish in color and it contains 60 carbons. Okay, 60, that's a huge number. Now let's move on. Next, it's organic compound. Yes, from here the basic sense of organic chemistry is going to start. Okay, now compounds obtained from living things are called organic compound. Okay, organic compounds are the compound that we obtain from daily living things that we see. In our body also several types of compounds are formed. Those are also called organic compounds. Okay, for example, I will show you some examples here. Glucose, sucrose, chlorophyll, etc. Glucose, you know glucose is used for energy in our body. Sucrose is sugar, you should know. Chlorophyll you can get from leaves of the plants. Okay, now the next we have hydrocarbon. organic compounds that are formed of only carbon and hydrogen. Now here you can see hydrocarbon. Carbon is there and hydrogen is there. Hydro for hydrogen. Now what are the examples of hydrocarbon? Ethane, methane, ethene, etc. Now what are the ethane, methane, ethene? I will show you in the next video. Okay, today we will just see the basic things. Okay, here you can see this is ethane and this is ethene. Okay, let's move on. Now types of hydrocarbon. What are the types of hydrocarbon here? Saturated hydrocarbon. What are saturated hydrocarbon? Here you can see a hydrocarbon in which carbon atoms are connected by only single bonds and nothing else. Only single bonds will be found in there. Okay, these are called hydrocarbons. Now alkanes are saturated hydrocarbons. Alkanes, you should remember the name alkane. I will show you what is alkane in the next video. Okay, this is, you should know, this is ethane. This is a alkane. Okay, you can see there, here only single bonds are there. Is single bond, single bond, single bond, single bond, single bond. All are single bonds. No multiple bonds are there. Okay, now let's move on. Unsaturated hydrocarbon. A hydrocarbon in which carbon atoms are bonded by multiple bonds. Okay, there we will have multiple bonds. Alkenes and alkynes are unsaturated hydrocarbon. Now what is alkene, alkyne, alkane? I will show you in the next video. Today just basic things. Okay, this is a ethene. Just see it, don't need to remember. I will show you in the next class or next video. Okay, and this is ethyne. This is a alkyne. Okay, now cyclic hydrocarbon. This is the last topic that we will be discussing today, and we will be ending the video here. The next topic we will discuss in the next video. Cyclic hydrocarbon. The first type of cyclic hydrocarbon is saturated cyclic hydrocarbon. The similar way, saturated hydrocarbon, in saturated cyclic hydrocarbon all the bonds will be single bond. See, this is a saturated cyclic hydrocarbon. This is a cyclohexane. Okay, this is cyclohexane. All bonds are single bond. See, all bonds are single bond. Okay. The next type of cyclic hydrocarbon is unsaturated cyclic hydrocarbon. Similar way, it will have multiple bonds. This is benzene. Okay, there we have double bonds as well as single bonds. This is a unsaturated cyclic hydrocarbon. This is benzene. It is a very important compound that will be required in your higher classes. Okay, so we will be ending the video here. Hope you like it, and thank you for observing the video.